Hello, this is Brett. I don't know, I do a lot of ruminating, a lot of thinking about things, but I then, hesitate to put it out. Why? I don't know. I just don't feel that, I have an expertise when it comes to dog training, life experience, raising a child, a little bit to do with special needs world, but there's a lot of people that know things, and I don't know what's happened where people get so tunnel visioned where they think that because they have some people on social media that are attracted to them, or what they're saying is helping people or connecting with people or relating to, true, not true, better, worse, whatever. It gives some of them this feeling, the way they talk to hey gang, and hey, it's like your team, you got your platform. It's just, I don't know. Yes, there's money in it. I can really, if you don't know, there's trainers just off of their social media, their workshops, making tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars monthly. And a lot of them are giving reasonably good information, so good for them. A lot of them are gaming dog owners, gaming other trainers. That's one that really has popped up, past maybe 10 years or so, where people there were seminars, Jeff, Shea used to do them, and before that were other people, even Dunbar and all them. I used to watch the old APDT conference tapes years ago from the 90s. Yeah, but again, you learn things, but I don't know, it was more hi, I have this information I'm going to share with you. You had some of the late night, the T-Touch. You had the guy from San Diego. I actually met him. I forgot, Don Sullivan maybe, with the hat, and he had the original Star Mark collar or a knock. I don't know who did it first, a plastic pinch. But again, they were kind of marketing, hustling. They saw that there was some money to be made in the pet industry, as we all did, right? Let's be honest. Yes, we love dogs. We might have had a talent or a calling or a progression that led us into this being how we make a living. But quite frankly, most of us are doing this, at least in part, getting paid. We have bills, right? It's not like we're doing it only for the money, but some people are seeing the opportunity, or they have more obligations, they have kids, and whatever it is, that's fine. I respect that, but it goes so far. And again, I think there's a difference between being a business owner who's humble and then a social media personality who really, really thinks that there's something special other than the billions and billions of people that exist and have come before them. I'm not here to play Mr. Humble, because I've opened my mouth on stuff, but it really is as an advocate for dogs. You had a show, what are you talking about? Yeah, and at the time, I really was struggling in life, and I needed some way to get myself out of the debilitating debt, and moving to LA was my last-ditch effort. And if you want to listen to, maybe I probably talked about in podcasts my story. I raised my daughter with special needs on my own while just going through financial destitute, no assistance from anyone, family or otherwise. It was my daughter and I. She's doing great. She's almost 21 now. It's great. The rewards are showing now after all of that. I don't call it sacrifice, because I love my daughter, and I'm very fulfilled that I could be there for her, and that as a father who was raising her without her mom, half and half, and but still, I guess coming back to I didn't want to get famous. I just needed to make money, and coming to LA was the best way to do it, and getting these opportunities, which really, when the smoke settled, I got $5,000 for the Untrainables, the whole series. And what I end up, I have a good calling card. I can tell people I hosted a show about dog training, so that gives me business, so I can have more people allow me to get into their homes in front of their dogs and help them resolve their issues or raise their puppy properly. And yes, I make a living. I make a good living. But I am not here while I'm making a living. When I get paid, or someone calls me seeking my help, my instant mind doesn't go to, oh, this is the Brett's way, and it's or how do I just send someone out to take care of another number in this game of business? No, it's I am now obligated to this person to be honest, truthful, give them everything of myself, my time that they're seeking to help them. And I am pushy about it sometimes. Hey, if I'm giving you my time, I expect you to give this time to your dog when you're working on things. And I do really good with that. Not a brag. You can go check the social proof of what I do in the real world. but I still don't. I mean, really, if I really just started dropping names and all the things of the people who I work with, it can, if someone can get it inflated, say, I'm a better dog trainer than all of you. I work with so-and-so. I make this much money. I've trained this many dogs, this many complicated problems. I've taken this dog from, death's door, ready to get put down for behavior issues, to now a family pet. Blah, 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 blah. I only will ever allude to that because if people see it and they're not sure if I can help them versus some other trainer, where some are good, some are a nightmare, they can make that proper decision. I always start with the first lesson. I don't ever obligate them to more than one meeting with me, and I'll talk to them on the phone as long as they need without any money spent before we meet, for any questions answered and explain. And I have a lot of videos over the years that show and talk about what I do. And again, a lot of social proof of people who have been happy, satisfied customers with happy dogs that I've helped. And he goes, well, aren't you doing the same thing other people do? No, because I don't get on my platform with this energy of like, hey guys, hey people, here's what I ate, here's me. I'm not doing that because I am not a narcissist. That's what I'm getting to. There's so many narcissists where whatever it is, and again, it works. People latch on to people like this. They feel like they're part of a community because people are so empty inside. Oh, well, this dog trainer reminds me of my dad, or this dog trainer's funny, or this dog trainer says harsh, And again, there's trainers that people don't like, and honestly, I think they spawned from me because I was like that back when it was a little, I just got tired. I don't want to deal with the pushback. I don't want to answer these stupid questions. Or when I did a post last week about these same kind of people, well, aren't you doing the same thing? It's like, no, this isn't the same thing at all. I'm like, I don't know, it's like the character with the ponytails and the gym photos and the food and the whiskey and my team and my way and the blah 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 blah. I'm just telling you what works for me in the real world, my dogs, and I'm not even selling it on you. I just tell you and show you what I do with mine, because it's not worth it. I don't need the money so bad where I'm gonna have to now explain myself after just telling you word for word what I do every day. And again, no one has any complaints. The only complaint they have is you don't back down if I'm not doing the work, and you don't give me a break. You have no, you don't let me make excuses. Yeah, because your dog's not letting you make excuses. That's how much I give a shit, and I also have an obligation to you. You paid me, I gotta help you. You want help? Even people that are not paying me. I work with people that don't pay me. I'm like, you still gotta do it because I'm giving you my goddamn time, and your dog needs it. And I'm not gonna stress your dog out by expecting him to listen in the lesson when you aren't practicing what I taught you week to week, so that we can keep putting your dog in situations that they are learning to cope with better. Real life, just social, being left alone, not pulling, real everyday stuff. And you skillfully build them up to where like now it's not a problem to navigate these scenarios, social events. And if they're not doing that, I tell them, because I know what I'm looking at. Even if they tell me they most people are honest with me, but they know they can't get away with it. But they'll say, well, you didn't practice. I see your dog. Well, I told you, don't let your puppy run up to every new person they see, or it's going to not be able to control itself with every other new person it sees. And then you'll get a bigger issue when it has reactivity later, because it doesn't like that you're not letting it run up to everyone it sees at some point. So do it now. It's easier for them to learn to be calmer, patient, and people can come to them if they're going to get attention, or you can walk them to something new they want to engage. And the puppy comes and runs up to me, or they have the dog sit, and then when the puppy wants to get up, they just let the leash and let them. I'm like, if you're doing this in front of me, I would imagine you're doing this in front of most, if not all, other people in the train. I'm going to say something, and I'm not going to like let this happen. I'm going to tell you, get your dog back and put it at your side and calm it down before I say hello. That's just a little training tip, by the way. These people always think they have this revelatory information. A lot of it, yeah, it's dog training. It's just when you take your emotions out of the equation and you can trust, and you know how to handle, and you understand how conditioning works and how dogs are seeing the world in a very different way, how they interpret from their side to us versus our side to them. Anyway, again, let's stay on topic. So I'm talking at the ICP conference. I know I'm jumping around. I don't know, stream of consciousness, and I have a lot on my head. Again, why do I hesitate making these videos? Because people say stupid shit to me online, and they don't have any experience. And again, I'm like, before you say something, you can come to my market or patch in, or come sit next to me when I do my Zoom training sessions. And then after a day, after a client even, come to my group classes I do in Sherman Oaks. I'm doing them once a month still, coming back to LA. Then tell me, What problem do you have that I do? You want to give me a constructive critique so I can improve as a dog trainer? Well, that's great, but it's never that. It's always some snide shit from people who have no dog experience, or they've had dog their whole lives, or there's some breeder or rescue that doesn't go to people's homes and deal with problem behaviors for decades. They just don't. And again, that's all I'm coming from is my experience. But again, talking with experience, talking confidently, saying what works because you see it apply versus what you feel applies, or you have some virtuous agenda, or you really think that you're, what's the word? I heard someone use it earlier today. You feel that you're, I don't know the word, will come to me, but like you just feel that you're like on a higher platform, you're better than people, you're kinder, you're better, more virtuous, right? But there's another word for it. These people are like, and then it's just also the people who just want to, they really, social media has gotten to their head. They really, I don't know. We all took a shit this morning. We all are flawed. We all have things we struggle with. And, I think if we're honest with ourselves, we'll be honest with others. But then if you're honest with others, you're going to probably have a teeny platform. I miss when people were more normal. I miss when there was early social media, maybe. People just posting. I remember YouTube, when every comment and every response to a video was just like, that's so cool that you're posting stuff. Thank you for sharing your life. Thank you for taking the time. Now it's people who become so entitled and so greedy, like up or off with their head. Like, fuck you. And they're mostly people who don't create content, or they're people that are guarding their content because they have platforms that they're protecting because it's monetized and they're making a lot of money. But seriously, it's like, and again, I talk about it because of the dog realm, because that's what I'm in. But like, this is just humanity. It's really sad how people that really haven't earned it are really, really, it's idiocracy. It really is just, it's very, but this is why I don't talk, because this is what I think about all the time and what I see. And, I don't know. I know people have some people say, yeah, Brett, I agree with you. Thank you for sharing this. It makes you feel heard because this is what I see. I know there's at least a few of you in my, in my world, my platform, the people that we, you know who you are, the trainers, and a few people that will share, comment on each other's stuff. Because I think you see the reality, and we're just trying to be normal. Elon Musk said that. I posted today a little clip of it. It's just what you think is crazy fringe is normal. Being a little open-minded was normal. Being a little, traditional was normal. Now it's either fucking staunch traditional where you can't handle anything, or you're staunch open-minded to the point where you think everything that's on civil is okay. It's insanity. And again, I have theories. Not theories. I'm pretty sure that this has all been crafted for probably a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, or more, by people who knew what was going on. COVID was the catalyst to just bump this ahead. And all I see is, again, how we have more anxious dogs. People are having more loneliness, more issues where they're using their dogs more people are having dogs because you need companions. My dogs I spend, unless I'm working or some family, a little bit of friend time, I'm with my dogs. I don't go out. So if I do, you'll see I have my Rottweiler with me if I go out to a brewery or something like that, where you can bring a dog and go out and have one, socialize. But reality is this is partially why I'm so busy, in trainers that specialize in problems and online content and all that stuff for dogs, because dogs are now, there's more of them. People are spending more money on them. They're not having kids, so that money's going to their dogs. They're using them for more emotional needs. And in ways, that's fine. Have all the dogs you want, but you've got to accommodate their needs. That's an old Martin Dealey article from 20 years ago. That was really spot on about seeing what the dogs need before your own. I love my dog, but it's you treat them like an accessory. It's all about how they make you feel. That's why people get in relationships with other humans in large part. That's not healthy, and that's not helping them. You have to be self-aware. that's what I do, is force self-awareness upon people in the presence of their dogs. It's very challenging sometimes. Some people will go, yeah, thank you for pointing. Other people kick and scream, cognitive dissonance. I have to field that phenomenon quite often. And people get mad at me. I have someone right now I'm working with, it saddens me, but his wife doesn't want to see. He's great. He's doing a good job, and he appreciates it. I think he sees what I see, but it's his wife. So I know a lot of dudes that are married to, unfortunately, wives like that you can't tell the truth, and you're just accommodating for fear of poking the dragon. And I'm just saying, hey, I keep telling you why your dog's jumping, what the preventative and reactive solutions are. So you have two ways to approach it. Ideally preventative, so your dog doesn't keep doing the habit and you're always reacting to it after the fact. And then after I explain it as, again, the why, the solution, and even the after the fact reaction if you were not catching the solution, which when dogs jump when they greet people, that's a pretty predictable thing to apply a solution to. And then she responds like, well, how do I stop my dog from jumping? I'm like, oh, we're not really, we're level 1 here. So the reality is I just, I push it a little and she doesn't like it. So I'm like, so what do you want from me as your dog trainer? They say, yeah, just let it jump on you and just turn your back on it, because I've seen that work. No, it doesn't work. So reality, you have to, but again, that's an extreme, but that's what happens. And I'm just, and the guy even said, he goes, yeah, my wife doesn't. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's totally fine if you're willing to work. I just feel sad that your dog's only getting half. It's a puppy, so it really has it's a sweet puppy. I won't say the breed, but it really has so much. It's such a good dog, and it's doing better with the father, but the wife, it's just gonna have issues. It's gonna get separation anxiety. It's gonna protect her. I'll be honest, my brother, same thing. He had a puppy. I was so excited, telling him everything. I know his wife. I know how she is. Has that kind of personality. Doesn't mean they're not nice. It's just they don't want to be self-aware when things invoke their emotions. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I was like, oh, please don't let it follow you. Don't use a playpen, use a kennel, use structure in place. And my brother, he ran with it. The dog's really good. Dog listens to him. It's calm around him. But around her, it follows her. It barks. It actually, when I was just trying to hold it, and I was like holding it, and she came around and nipped at me because I wouldn't let it go to go cling to her, because that's its modus operandi. And now it's getting more mature. It's taking that seriously. So, this is just kind of how these things will evolve sometimes. Yeah, I see it. I'm just saying the truth. These people take it like I say, this is my work. This is what I do. I'm pointing. It's like a doctor saying, you have this, and this is how to handle it, and this is what I recommend so you don't have this in the future. And say, well, I don't like what you're hearing, but my knee still hurts. So, like, okay, well, your knee's still gonna hurt if you don't listen to them, whether you like it or not, because they're the experts trying to help you from what they're looking at. They've seen that play out thousands of times before you ever came across them, and that's kind of what happens. Especially puppy owners, it's always hard because they don't see it. They don't have an issue. When you have a real existing problem, it's a little easier because like the house is already on fire and we were in like emergency mode. If it's like, well, the electrical system's wearing down, but it's still all right. And then in a year, it's like, holy shit, we got fires. It's like, if you just fix the wiring, or better analogy for a puppy, if you just wired the house properly to begin with, that's why I'm so strict with puppy owners, and they're the hardest because they don't see that. So I'm like, come to group classes because you need to see what some adult dogs go through. That's why I mix my classes. I keep it safe, but I do have, as long as everyone has control and keeps it safe, I can mix the dogs. Whoa, that was evasive. I cracked my rim and it cracked again, and I guess it was from hitting a pothole. And my last day of California here, at least for a few weeks, and there's a lot of potholes here because this place is an absolute shithole. Yeah, so that is that's how the cookie crumbles. I don't know what I start with this, talking a bit shit about other trainers. Just I don't know. I mean, some of them aren't even good trainers, but it's just online nonsense. I don't know. The online nonsense. It's just it's too much the way they just carry themselves. I don't know. Maybe you're not seeing it. Some of you just love it. That's why I'm like, oh, if you love it, I don't know what to tell you. It's Anyway, I'm at the storage unit. I gotta get the rest of my stuff before we head to, we're going to Colorado. And then we are heading down to Texas. I'll be in Austin on the 5th, and I'll be working diligently getting set up there with everything. But I'll be doing my online training, see clients who reach out to me there, and then I'll be back here. I'll be here for the conference on the 20th of August, and then I'll be here till the 23rd up in LA seeing clients. So that's that. Yeah, so 20 minutes, I think we're good. Hope this resonated with someone. Thanks.